Close your eyes for a second. Now imagine that when you open them, it's not 2026 anymore. Your phone is gone, your house is gone, your family, your job, everything you've ever known has vanished. You're standing alone in a massive prehistoric forest. No roads, no cities, no electricity, no grocery stores, no medicine, no internet. Just you and nature. Could you survive? Most people think they could. After all, you've watched survival shows, maybe you've even gone camping, but here's the uncomfortable truth. Most modern humans probably wouldn't survive even 3 days, because ancient life wasn't simply harder. It was a completely different world. Today, you're going to live 1 full year as an ancient human. Every decision you make could keep you alive or get you killed. Let's begin. The first thing you notice is silence. No engines, no airplanes, no voices, only birds, wind, and insects. Your stomach growls. You haven't eaten. Instinct tells you to start looking for food. Big mistake. Food is actually your third priority. The first is shelter. The second is water. Only then, food. Most people who become lost in the wilderness don't die from starvation. They die from exposure, cold nights, rain, heat, hypothermia. Without shelter, 1 bad night can kill you. Ancient humans understood this. Within minutes, they would begin collecting branches, leaves, animal hides if they had them, anything that could block wind. Your first home wouldn't be comfortable. It would simply keep you alive. You finally hear running water, a river. Perfect. Or is it? Today, you've been taught that rivers are dangerous. They contain parasites, bacteria, viruses. Drink the wrong water, and you'll become dangerously sick. Ancient humans faced the same risk, but they didn't have water filters, no bottled water, no chlorine tablets. Some groups collected rainwater. Others learned which springs stayed clean. Many eventually discovered something incredible. Boiling water made it much safer. The invention of fire didn't just cook food, it protected people from invisible killers they didn't even know existed. Without clean water, your survival clock starts ticking fast. By your second day, you're starving. Movies make hunting look easy. Reality doesn't. You don't have a bow, no spear, no knife, no traps, and wild animals don't politely stand still. Most hunts failed. In fact, anthropologists estimate hunter-gatherers often spent hours, sometimes days, without catching anything. Instead, you'd probably search for berries, nuts, roots, insects, eggs, tiny fish trapped in shallow pools. It isn't glamorous, but these foods kept people alive for thousands of years. Ironically, many prehistoric diets were actually healthier than modern fast food, just much harder to obtain. Night falls, the temperature drops, then you hear it, a howl, another one. Predators are awake. Without fire, you're vulnerable. Creating fire sounds simple until you actually try. Rubbing sticks together isn't something most people can do. Even experienced survival experts struggle. Ancient humans practiced this skill constantly. Fire meant warmth, cooked food, safer water, light, protection, and perhaps most importantly, hope. A small fire transformed a terrifying forest into a place people could survive. Forget lions, forget bears. Your greatest enemy, maybe something much smaller. Mosquitoes, ticks, parasites, infections, one tiny cut could become fatal. Today, a simple antibiotic solves problems in days. Ancient humans had no such luxury. Broken bones, tooth infections, food poisoning, snake bites. Many people never recovered. Researchers estimate life expectancy was dramatically lower than today, not because humans were weak, but because nature was relentless. Every injury mattered. Surprisingly, your greatest survival tool isn't intelligence. It's other people. Humans survived because they formed groups. Someone hunted. Someone gathered plants. Someone cared for children. Someone watched for predators. Sharing food dramatically increased survival. Alone, your chances were terrible. Together, humans became Earth's most successful species. Friendship wasn't emotional. It was survival technology. Then comes winter. Food disappears, animals migrate, plants die, temperatures collapse. Now every mistake becomes deadly. Ancient people prepared months in advance, drying meat, smoking fish, collecting nuts, storing seeds. Without planning, winter meant starvation. Archaeologists have found ancient storage pits that prove people were thinking months ahead. Long-term planning may have been humanity's greatest evolutionary advantage. One full year has passed. You've survived predators, disease, storms, starvation, freezing nights. But here's the biggest surprise. The hardest part wasn't finding food. It wasn't building shelter. It wasn't avoiding predators. It was never giving up. Ancient humans woke up every single day without knowing if they'd eat, without knowing if they'd survive. Yet somehow, generation after generation, they continued. That resilience lives inside every one of us today. So, could you survive as an ancient human if you were dropped into the wilderness today? Probably not. At least, not at first, but humans are remarkable learners. Given enough time, you might discover what our ancestors already knew. That survival isn't about being the strongest or the fastest. It's about adapting, learning, working together, and refusing to quit. Everything that makes modern civilization possible exists because millions of ancient humans survived impossible odds. The next time life feels difficult, remember, your ancestors endured an entire world that wanted them to fail, and somehow they won. If you enjoyed this journey through prehistoric survival, subscribe for more fascinating stories from humanity's distant past, and answer this in the comments. How many days do you honestly think you'd survive in the Stone Age? 1 day, 1 week, or a whole year? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.